Hey, welcome back to Dutch Shed Builds. My name is Jerome, and today's video is a special video which I do most of the years, a top 10 kind of thing for Christmas and New Year's, a special video. But this year there's a little twist. You got me feeling so good. So this year has been brilliant, actually, and I did a lot of fun stuff, like the DGR. I do a lot of stuff for the DGR. It was just brilliant, and the ride was perfect. I did another thing, and that was, of course, Eric from Moto, who I invited to stay here and park his bike for a month, and we actually did a ride. Off we go. Totally brilliant, totally an honor, and I think it's still pretty cool that he went and came over here. So there was another event this year which was really on my wish list, and that was the Mali Mile. And I met somebody there which kind of sparked the subject of this video, which is, I usually do like a top 10, but I want to flip it this year. And I've reached out to a couple of really cool persons to help me out make this video. But I made this for someone in particular, which is Rose, and she let me stay in her room while I was over there in England, which is, I think, incredible. She stayed out in a tent, and I'll show you the clip right over here. So the red tent just over there in the garden, that's where she stayed for like a couple of days. Now, this was not on the force or anything. She really loved it in there, but again, it was really kind. But there's another thing with her. She is really into mechanics. And she really loves working on engines, motorcycles, and I think that is so cool for a lady, a female, a girl to do that, because in our community, at least the community I'm in, it's all men with beards and stuff. This video is to promote other girls to just get into this really cool work of restoring bikes, working on engines, and yeah, it's such cool stuff to do, and to build something with your hands and make it run. Rose, this is for you, and I've invited a couple of people to help me out with this video, and one of those is Zach. So Zach, there you go.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Zach. I also go by Mango. I've gone by that since I was a kid, and I'm in charge of the brand Moto-Mango. We build a bunch of classic and custom motorcycles. I most recently built a CB1000. I'm about to post a video about it. I'm super excited. It was like a 2-year project. I'm on here because Dutch Shed Build reached out. I think this is a super cool idea, putting women in the spotlight, especially in industries where there's less of them. So I think, yeah, women in moto building and moto riding is super cool. And I wanted to shout out Itchy Boots. She's got a massive following, but I just think everything she's doing is super cool and really inspiring. She was just riding through Afghanistan and having to deal with the Taliban.
Was brought into a big Taliban post, being surrounded by like 30 Taliban, or maybe even 40, I don't know, there were so many there.
And I forget what bike she's on, but she rides different adventure bikes and just goes on crazy adventures. Highly recommend checking her out. I also wanted to shout out my fiance. She's 31 now, and she's like never worked or wrenched on bikes. And because I'm in our garage so much working on bikes.
What are you doing in there, Norm? You better not have a woman in there.
She wants to build a bike with me, and so my next project is going to be, it's a 1986 GS 650. And my fiance Noelle is going to help me build it, and it's going to be super cool, and I'm really excited for that. It's going to be kind of like a beach scrambler build. That's the plan anyways. Well, that's it for me. Thanks again for putting this together, dude. I think this is such a great idea, and happy holidays to all of you that are watching. Cheers.
So what video do I watch? Well, the female wrencher I watch a lot is Lady Motobang. I've mentioned her last year as well, I think. She wrenches on really old bikes, and actually, Ashton, what kind of videos do you watch?
Oh, hey Jerome. Funny you should ask. Hey everyone, so I'm Ashton and I run the Lady Moto Bang channel on YouTube. My videos are all about working on these Hondas that I find from the 60s and 70s and trying to bring them back to life. I want everyone to just stay calm. Stay calm. It's fine. Yes, it has obviously been the victim of a fire. I won't go into details about that fire, but I will say it wasn't my fault. But with that being said, there's not really a lot of women making videos working on these bikes. So one of the few channels that I found, which I absolutely love, is called Tomboy A Bit. Tomboy A Bit is run by a woman named Demonte over in the UK. She has custom choppers that she works on, Harleys, and she goes over to Mint Customs where the owner, Simon, walks her through all of the customization that she wants to do on these bikes. And they do some pretty cool things like convert things over to hardtails, make sissy bars, seat pans, walks her through any of the functionality of the bike that they need to work on because they're customizing it so much.
Be configured after a certain amount of RPMs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it won't.
That explains everything.
Yeah.
Priceless lesson by Simon.
There you go.
Even though she's new at working on these bikes, she's been riding for a long time. She does a ton of test ride videos. She rides everything. Harleys.
Hello riders, and today on the vlog is a brand new Harley Davidson Softail Street Bob.
Triumphs.
Hello from the London city with a Triumph Scrambler 400X.
Hondas. KTMs.
Hello riders, and today on the vlog I'll be riding a new KTM Duke 990.
BMWs.
Brand new BMW 18.
Customized bikes.
Hello riders, and welcome to the Bike Shed Show 2025.
She does it all, and she does it through the English countryside, which is such beautiful scenery. I just love the variety of videos from building to riding to bike shows. It's an awesome channel. Everyone should check it out. But yeah, that would be my pick for my favorite female mechanic YouTube. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year all the way from beautiful Tennessee, USA.
So editor Jerome here. Ashton also recommended a couple of other channels, which is a YouTube channel for Rev Bell, so you can check that out. There's of course Doodle on a Motorcycle. That's a channel I've been watching myself as well for quite a long time. I especially liked her videos on the training, on how to do technical things with a very heavy motorbike when you're a bit petite, so to speak. Really cool. And she also recommended Actually It's Axel. That's also a pretty cool channel, so you can check those out as well. Tips came straight from Ashton over here. And there's another person from the States who reached out and helped me out with this video, and that's the Urban Monk. So Michael, can you tell us what is your favorite female builder or channel that you watch?
Funny you should mention that, Huron. My favorite female directed and produced motorcycling channel is As the Magpie Flies. The creator and solo rider in these series is Amanda, and she is not only a long distance motorcyclist and adventure rider, but she's also an artist and a storyteller. What I like about how she produces her content is it's not just the road or, you know, fast edited clips of gear reviews and things like that. She's really an artist and takes time to think about a couple of things that make watching her content so compelling. Is one, she's a storyteller, so there's a story arc usually to each of her standalone videos.
Hello beautiful people, my name is Amanda Zitto and this is my brother Gary. I ride a 2022 Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports DCT and my brother rides a first generation V-Strom 650. Every year my brother and I go on a spring break trip, and every year we decide where to go based on the weather and the vibes. We decided for this trip we would ride to Arizona. Arizona is a little ways away for us though, so we'll be making a few other stops along the way.
And yes, there's some motorcycling there for sure, but the other piece is the approach she takes to the cinematography of the adventures she's presenting. Like, she really tries to frame it where she is in a very beautiful way. So in some regards, I'm almost like watching, I don't know, like a John Ford or a Sergio Leone film. You know, it's framed beautifully. She is clearly a photographer and cinematographer, but also a great storyteller. And she puts the miles on. Now, I can't say I've seen her do much wrenching. On a mechanical side, I don't know how strong she is that way, but it doesn't matter. Her bike runs well, and she puts a lot of miles on it, and I enjoy watching her. So, hey, season's greetings, happy holidays, and yeah, As the Magpie Flies is one of my faves.
Now, as I was making this video and doing some research, I found a channel of Hector Clark. It's actually Facebook. She wrenches a lot, and especially on a gold wing that she repaired.
Oh my god, I'm so pooped. But that one's out of the bike. So 1, 2, 3 Goldwing engines. 1, 2 Goldwings. Put it together.
So that was a real wrencher. It's something I'm just started to follow, and it's pretty cool, especially with the gold wings, seeing as I'm building a gold wing right now. So that's proper wrenching, what she does. Pretty cool. Too bad she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but if you have Facebook, you can go and watch her as well. So also this year on the Mally Mile, I met somebody, Ant. He's from For the Bold, and it was really cool to meet him. He kind of inspired me to start this channel and the building, but he was accompanied by Jo, which is his wife, and she actually did a Herald build with him this year. So I reached out and asked her what are her favorite female builders. So Jo, what's your favorite?
Well, Jordan, it's funny that you should say that. I mean, for me, I wasn't really actually inspired by a female wrencher. It was very much by my partner in crime, Ant, aka For the Bold Industries. Now, my name's Jo. I'm new to this world. I got my A2 license this year, and I also built my first custom bike this year working on a Herald. There we go. Ta-da!
Cool.
I have caught myself an exhaust. I feel like a fisherman, you know, when they get a trout out the water. And it's been an absolute blast. What I loved about it is what I was able to do. Like, oh my god, I didn't think I could do this. And when I look out into, you know, the ether of different bike builders who are out there, like who are my favorites, you know, I've got to say, and of course For the Bold, but when it comes to female bikers builders, there is Jay Shear, who is not only just really talented builder, she's got a real degree of artistry to it. Like, I think she did her degree in something artistic, I think it was photography, but she's also built it into a business, into Madhouse Motors. And I think that's really cool that she's really not just tinkering with it, she's really going full force on it.
Ain't gonna fall back.
But then you got on the other side of things, you've got Custom Biker Girl, who's in the UK, started off when she was 15, passion project to do with her dad, wanted to spend more time with her dad, got into it, and now she's completely owned it. She's been on TV and magazines and doing all sorts, and her reach and breadth has really gone for it. But there's not enough, you know. I think generally in the world of social and motorbikes, the female side is not hugely represented. There are the likes of Ride with Poppy, who I think do a great job in talking about safety and gear and riding not like an absolute arse. But there's still a lot to go on at that. So yeah, I think I'm interested to see what I can learn this year, but it's very much needing to be coached, needing to learn, needing to try, but by just giving it a go, what I can do is far more than I ever thought. So really interested to see what 27 brings, especially with Anne. But yeah, female bike builders, we're not really around that much, but maybe we don't have enough airtime. Who knows? But let's see what 27 brings.
All right, so we've got one last person who's gonna tell us his favorite female builder or wrencher that inspired him. So BJ, who is your favorite female wrencher or builder on YouTube or social media?
Well, Euron, funny you should ask. Now, for those who don't know, my name is BJ and my YouTube channel is called Brick House Builds. And what I do here is a lot of service and custom work for both customers as well as myself. So this started out as a business first, but it did become a YouTube channel a couple years into it. Now, as I was contemplating making my own YouTube channel, there were always a few people who I looked up to, and one of those specifically was Olivia, who runs the channel called Kill Switch Queen. Now, Olivia is based in California. Her videos revolve around maybe inspiring people how to work on their bike, how to move their bike around the shop, how to modify things. She does like these wasteland builds on Bandit 1200s and stuff like that.
To switch up from that old, boring, round headlight to something very sketchy but looks super cool.
And that's all really cool, but what I really like about her channel is her authenticity. So she doesn't seem to be afraid to be herself, which is exceedingly difficult online when you just kind of want to be like everybody else and fit in. So seeing somebody who is just authentic, who is themselves, not afraid to be goofy in front of the camera is just very refreshing.
Hope to keep up, pumping them out. Pumping them out. Yeah.
And it has always been inspiring to me, especially as I started my channel and as I have continued my path. So anyway, Olivia has always been one of the inspirations for me. She definitely still does post, just not as much as usual. She seems to be a motorcycle instructor now. She's also a mechanic. So just really cool overall. Now I've enjoyed a lot of her videos, but I have to say one of my favorite was a series of hers where she rode her Harley from Babe's Ride Out all the way back to California.
Sacramento, California, and set out for Babe's Ride Out East Coast in Narrowsburg, New York. This was my first big motorcycle trip and my first time heading that far east. The longest I'd ever ridden was around 500 miles in one day. To say I didn't know what I was getting myself into would be an understatement.
And it was just like days and days on the bike, and I don't know, it was just exceedingly cool. So I'm kind of jealous of that one. I need to do a cross-country trip. But as of now, it's only a couple days until Christmas, so I need to start thinking about going shopping. And yeah, I hope you guys have a happy holiday.
All the people and channels that were mentioned in the video are in the description, of course, just down under here. And visit those websites, subscribe, and help those channels out. And if you've got any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And maybe I'll do another video somewhere in this year and we'll add some more to this. And hopefully, maybe it'll inspire somebody, some female, to also start wrenching on bikes, because it is the coolest thing. And yeah. So 2025 has been a pretty cool year with the Mali Mile. It's one of the highlights for me, but also the GL 500 build I did for my dad, which is a really cool project, and we did some rides with it as well. I did the VT 1100 Shadow build, finished that for a friend, which was cool because it was a big twin. I've never done that before. I finally got my CX 500 running properly again with a race-on install. That video still needs to come out. If you're into the CX 500s, that's a really cool video, and it's working a treat. I've got the DGR, of course, which I did this year, which is really cool. The charity for that, the beer, and I've done loads of other stuff, lots of stuff that hasn't been edited or been posted yet. All in all, it's been a pretty good year, and I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I'm sure going to make some more this year. But for now, I want to wish everybody a very happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy 2026. And maybe I'll do this again somewhere in the year. There were still a lot of people that didn't have time, obviously because of my short notice, to help out, but they've got all sorts of ideas, so I might reach out to those people again somewhere in the year, and I think we can make up a good list of female builders, wrenchers, riders, and inspire others to do so as well. So again, thank you very much. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, have a great holiday, and don't let me come around wearing this. All right, cheers, bye bye.